ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 78 of Lawnhub Live. After lunch, you are joined with myself, the uneducated Adam, and we've also got Dylan behind the camera today again.
Hello, everybody.
And on the mic.
Woo!
So, I'm just waiting for Instagram to come live, which we haven't gone live yet. Is that
correct? In a moment.
In a moment.
It's always the last.
We did have the intro music going. We could use that one.
We can legally use that one.
Yes. Yes. Hey, dudes. Hey, Nath. Hi, all from Adelaide. Vem Jim. Hi. Still waiting for Insta. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, there we go. We're working. We're cooking with gas. Hey, hey. VJ says, "G'day, legends. G'day, VJ." Oh, goodness. Clint Osborne says, "Hey, legends," with all the emojis.
G'day, mate.
We got 2 water emojis, 2 eggplant emojis, 2 beer emojis, and 2 winking tongue out face emojis. It's all happening.
It is all happening.
It's all happening here at Lawnhub in the chat. Dubs in the chat.
Wubs in the chat.
Is that what they say, Dylan?
They do. They do say that. You're with the kids.
I am with the kids.
A little bit more than you should be, but...
Why? Are you saying the 31-year-old shouldn't know all this shit?
No, you just spend a lot of time with kids. So.
Well, depends. Depends. I think what's happening with this screen in front of me, Dylan, it's just replaying what I was doing. So like it's stuff that I've done ages ago.
Yeah. Oh, as in it's not up to date.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Heaps no.
Restream always will show you
some version.
Not a great thing of the stream, but if you watch it on somewhere else.
No dubs in the chat for restream.
No dubs in the chat for restream.
So, Jared Johnson, that's sus. That is sus, my dude. Dubs in the chat.
Dubs in the chat. So episode 78.
Yeah. Jerry's a dub in the chat. Yes. Episode 78.
Making our way through the numbers.
Making our way through the chat and the podcast. No, I can't use that one.
No,
that was too replicated.
That was close. Close. Speaking of music, though.
Yeah, so Dylan has a segment.
We've got a segment, everybody, so hold on to your pants. We've
got 6 listeners, so we're listening. we're hold on to your pants.
Unless we wait a little bit, and then we can wait for some viewers to trickle in.
Or we can say what the Big Les says, and that's, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your fucking hats, because what you're about to see isn't fucking legal. All right, so let's have a look. So watch it your own will.
We are in need of a new intro song.
Okay.
New outro song. Yes. And so Kira and myself have favorited on our new platforms some different songs.
Yes.
That we would like to share.
Okay.
And get your opinion on.
Right.
And perhaps the viewers at home can share their thoughts and we could have a brand new Lawnhub Live intro song legally.
Okay.
So, are you ready?
I suppose I'm ready.
More ready than you'll ever be? All right. We'll go down the list. This is Flights by AGST.
Flights by AGST.
Now, I don't know how loud this is going to be, so just prepare yourselves. I'll turn it down a little bit. Okay. A bit of build up.
Do you remember that MTV show called Next?
No.
Next.
That's before my time. Oh, yeah?
Nah.
Is this too...
What I would normally call this, I wouldn't be allowed to say live on the interwebs. All right, so next.
Okay, we got to hear the drop first.
Nah, don't feel it. Sorry.
Skip. All right, this is Just Like the Sun by the Bonkers Beat Club.
Turn it up a bit, Mr. Mumble says.
It's a bit different. You fucking hate this one. Okay. Wait. Okay.
That's L's in the chat, that is.
That's a big L's in the chat. Wow, your reaction to that.
We've got an L in the chat from Jared J.
Damn,
Daniel.
All right. So maybe not like a bit of hip hop.
All right.
let's move on. Let's continue. We have strawberry something instrumental.
Strawberry Kisses.
Nah, I'm already stopped with that one. Nah, we'll leave that. We'll leave that there.
Okay.
Next is Midnight Disco by Cushy. It's a bit slower.
Do you know when SoundCloud first came out and you had all these people that would just fucking buy mixes and go, fuck yeah, listen to my music and you get on Triple J and all this shit? That's what this type of music is.
It's basically is. Every single song. I went through like 200 songs.
Yeah, nah, that's it. That's an L in the chat. That's a next.
That's fair. We got Show Me How, the Furthermores. Whoa, there's some flavour in this one, isn't there?
All right, what else we got?
We'll move on.
Is that all we got?
No, there's more. Okay.
How much more?
This is Big Bug. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Nah. Not feeling that one.
Nah.
That was closer to our old one, but it didn't have the sauce, you know? Didn't have the catchy melody that we had.
I don't know if any of this is... Anyway, yep, continue.
Right, we'll keep going.
Yep, we're persevering.
This is Renaissance by Damn Sonic. Also, there's just a lot of L's in the chat.
There's so many L's in the chat.
It's been a single dub.
There's a skip. There's better. There's next. There's L's in the chat and back to the drawing board.
I tell you what, when we do this, we'll keep going through them. We got to pretend like we're doing an intro. So you got to give your, all right, guys, welcome back to Lawnhub Live, and we got to see because you know that's what you're gonna say when these songs.
I don't know. I think it'll be like one of those things. Like I think it'll be one of those things when you hear it, you go, "Yep, that's the one."
You go, "That's banging."
I haven't had I've had none of them feels with any of these songs.
Well, we've got some more.
All right,
we got some more. This is Renaissance.
So that's the best one so far.
You're liking the more rock.
There's a bit of Simple Plan in that, you know, or a bit of that type of music. I'm not sure Clint would like it. Well, Clint's listening. Clint, if you're watching and listening, Dylan has decided that we need new intro music, and so far not so good.
So far not so good.
But that one that we're listening to right now, that's now stopped. That's the best one so far. This one.
It's a bit intense.
Don't waste your time on me.
Wait, we'll get copyrighted. Come on, slow down. All right, so that's Renaissance. So I'll put that in the maybe pile.
Put that in the maybe pile.
It's in the maybe pile.
Yep.
All right, we got Drive by Neon One.
That would get copyrighted.
Why?
That's very similar to the Stick Cricket song. That's core memory. That's in the head.
All right.
Not sure about that
Not sure about this one. No. Let's get to the end of the drop. Yeah, can't say that's really the energy I think that Lawnhub Live produces, but we'll move on.
Jared J's written, need to add a voice clip from a video or something like Jonesy's air laugh. So an air laugh would be, you know, those laughs where you can't control it. Yeah.
Where you just get caught.
All right, we actually, just hang on a sec. We do have some genuine questions here in the chat. So we'll get back to the music segment.
We'll take a pause.
Because we have had, it seems to be that we've had, Stick Cricket is a dub in the chat. Stick Cricket is definitely a dub in the chat. We do have some genuine questions. So we've had a fair bit of people come in. So, all right, let's go back to the top. VJ, where is the big man? The big man is at a meeting at the moment, so he's unable to join us. I did try and get a guest today, but unfortunately the person I reached out to was busy today, so we'll hopefully have him on soon. Vemjum says, big bags of fur on website. Now, Vemjum, I'm supposing you are referring to the story that Clint put up, then was shared on the Lawnhub Instagram and Facebook. So big bags of fertilizer and wetting agent are available. However, at this present moment in time, at the recording of this video and the time I'm saying this, it is only available at the WaterPro stores in Adelaide. So you've got Dry Creek, Kent Town and Lonsdale. They have big bags of the following: Trojan 25 kilo, Premature 25 kilos, Got Laid 25 kilo, and BBW 20 kilo. So there is no plan at this stage to sell them on the Lawnhub website. They will be only available via WaterPro and potentially other resellers. So yes. NE14ABJ says 70s porn music. Dylan won't make it as a DJ, Mr. Mumble says. And Jack Chapo says, will Money Shot work during cooler periods in the Adelaide Hills? Now, Jack, it will only if the lawn is already green. If the lawn is already dormant and starting to lose colour, Money Shot will not have an impact on your lawn. The lawn has to already be green. It's going to enhance that colour. Billy Ray says, you're already the voice inside my head. I like it. He followed on what we said.
Followed on from before. Yeah.
Simon Sharp, men, who's now stocking the 25 kilo Trojan in Melbourne? Simon, at this point in time, no one. But yes, I have to speak. We have to speak to Clint. We have to work out how we're going to sell them interstate at this point. Some resellers have Trojan 25 kilos available around the country, but the Premature, Got Laid, and BBW was only a launch this week. So we're still working out the itty bitties. Dylan's got his phone to his ear. No, I was just talking shit. And Nathan Skaysbrook, Skazer, I'm here and I must say it's good to be back. It's good to have you back, Skazer. It's good to have you back. And I've got here. Pardon me. All right. There's a bit of an echo going on that I can hear. Anyway, does not matter. Dylan, should we continue with the music? All right. So those of you that just joined us, Dylan didn't pay the subscription. Yes, for us to play music. So we're on the hunt for a free music song that we can use as part of the intro. So far, we've had some real mellow, like, I don't know, hip hop, everyone, sitting around talking about, should we dye our hair green or blue? Should we cut it short? Where should we put the nose piercing and eyebrow piercing? And what should offend us that day? That's the type of music we've had.
Cool, sweet.
Then we had a bit of Simple Plan, bit of Blink. It sort of evolved. And then we'll back to the eyebrow and nose where we wanted to put that. And the colour of the hair. So,
let's play.
Judging by Dylan's face, I've just offended him, and that's the remaining music we're going to listen to. Yes.
Some of these. This is a mix of Dylan and I, so I haven't heard some of these. But most of the ones I've picked have already been played.
But what I just said is
not financial advice.
So it's all good. Yeah. All right. Continue.
All right. So far in the maybe pile.
Yes. Yeah. That's stick cricket. Yeah. Moving on. Light it up.
Moving on. We have Chat Therapy by King.
Jesus. Okay. Just gonna let this one play. A booty clapper. No. Don't leave.
What's up, mate? Is that your...
I don't know.
Alright, we got a funny soul by Martin Landstrom.
This sounds like the opening of Anchorman. Brat. What is this, a PlayStation 1 game?
I think that was used for a video or an ad. I don't think
That's definitely not.
I think we may have passed all of the ones that were saved for the intro. But
Okay.
For comedic sake, let's continue. Adventure Time, Rocket Junior.
So guys, it's my first day in high school and I didn't get picked on today. It's an American fucking sitcom. Fucking that's shit. I'm sorry.
I mean, we can put in the maybe pile if you want. No?
These are horrendous.
Okay.
That's not in the maybe pile. It's fucking shit.
I thought you played into it well, though. We got better than ever next.
I don't know if it gets better than ever.
Let's go. I just don't know if I'm gonna find it.
Can you search different genres? Like, nah. Like, prepping for Stezzers. That's like a West Coast surfing movie.
So if we were to go genre,
Yeah, I don't know.
you'd be more like on the rock, because that's the one you picked.
Or just here's an idea. It's just a wacky idea. Maybe we film a lawnmower starting, and then like it drifting off into the horizon, and like the sound gets shorter and shorter and shorter.
Wow, so just like a mower noise for the start of it, audio podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it needs some work. I think we definitely that's not the word I was looking for, but it definitely
I was hoping to have made some progress.
yeah, I think we definitely decided on a
maybe higher one, or maybe an interim.
or on a type of music that we're not looking towards. So
I can
yeah,
click our maybe pile one.
okay. Just let's go the maybe pile. Just let's listen to the maybe pile again.
So we've got maybe pile.
Yeah, see, I like this one. Yeah, so, I don't know, probably not. But anyway, next one. That's very Blink 182, this one.
It's just very intense.
That's fine.
It's very high.
We're fucking intense people, man. Anyway, I think it's good. We broke ground today in terms of what we don't want. Well, what I don't want. But again, it's Clint's podcast, so if he wants to...
He's not here, mate, so someone's got to,
Well, that's true. That's true. So, we do have a question here from Clayton Powell. Water restrictions in WA make it hard for using liquid products that need to be watered in. Any tips other than looking for a spray window in the middle of the night and running to sprinklers covert? So, Clayton, obviously that's water restrictions make lawn care very difficult. I'm not 100% across the water restrictions in WA, but what do you have, like you just said, spray window in the middle of the night? Is that when you're allowed to water in the middle of the night, or you're not allowed to water at all? Because obviously the biggest thing during water restrictions or drought conditions is using the most amount of, or using the water the most efficient way, and that would be with the use of wetting agent. Now, with a liquid wetting agent, a majority of them need to be watered in to become effective. Now, if you use a product like BBW, which can be applied to the lawn dry, it doesn't have to be watered in straight away, and you can then work around either the timing application window of using sprinklers or a hose, or with rainfall. That's going to maximize the water usage out of the available water. So I just need to understand when you can and can't water, or if you can water at all, just for me to go further down into that rabbit hole. Billy Ray said, why don't you use a lawnmower noise? That's a good question. Skaysbrook says, can we get Clint on the flute? I highly doubt it, but you never know. Vemjum, Austin Powers, Kira, Kez is in the chat.
Kez is in the chat. She got some opinions.
Dylan, are you just playing the favourites page there for a mix of edits?
Well, there's only one page, and it's the liked tracks page.
Okay.
Did you make a playlist or something maybe? If you did, let me know, because maybe I'm in the wrong spot. But I know the ones I liked, I put in there for Jonesy to listen to, but he didn't like any of them. But that's okay. We had one. I actually don't remember if that's one I put in there or you put in there. But if there's another page or another playlist, let me know.
Vemjum says, how about grey water? You can just be mindful that I'm not sure if it's by law now, but there are information on, washing liquids, whether it can be used to irrigate your garden and lawn. So just make sure that if you are going to use grey water that's from a washing machine or similar, that you check the label of the product that you're using to make sure that it's not going to harm the plants and lawn. And Clayton Powell says, no sprinklers at all in winter. Well, that makes it very difficult. So then that would mean that you'd need to time your applications around rainfall, which I don't normally recommend because it's not always a reliable. So look, I would look at probably at this time of year just wetting agents and liquid fertilizers that don't require watering in if you were wanting to do something. So granular wetting agent, BBW, and then look at something like three-way, probably more roots and shoots because of the kelp base, no water available, and the ability for it to help relieve stress in not only the warm weather, but also the cooler weather. And Simon Sharp, so I grabbed a bag of 25 kilo Trojan from Steel Shop Barossa last week while on holidays, roughly 1,600 kilometre round trip. You need to get some bulk stockers in Victoria, otherwise I'm taking another holiday soon. Well, Simon, you're always welcome in the great state of South Australia. It's not a bad place. I mean, what have we got, Dylan? We got Gather Round, Live Golf, possibly, arguably, one of the best AFL football teams in the league at the moment. We'll talk about the showdown later. What else we got?
The Fringe.
The Fringe, Tour Down Under. What else we got? The best winery in the world.
Best beaches in Kangaroo Island.
Best beaches.
That's my opinion, but
we got good fishing, seafood.
Good weather.
Good weather.
It's
mostly
hot but not humid.
It's hot. It's fucking hot.
It's hot.
Yeah. In the summer.
But you're not like sticky.
No, you're not sticky. You're burning. Different. So
different. Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Different.
What else we got? We got the Redbacks. The cricket team that won the One Day Cup and the Shield Cup this last season. So, look, South Australia's a pretty good state.
It's got a lot going on.
It's got a lot going on.
Underrated, some would say.
You know, we've got obviously the Adelaide 500 or whatever it's called now, the BP 500.
Whoever's sponsoring that year.
Yeah. You know, for a lot of people growing up, it was always known as the Clipsal. So does the SAFM air show still happen? Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
Pardon me. We had barbecue for lunch and it's coming up.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Maybe get that on the intro.
Yeah. Oh, you reckon? Just a.
What else? What else have we got here in the great state of SA?
The great state of SA. We've hit the main.
I think we've hit the
biggies.
main ones. The city's not very busy.
No, it's
one of the most livable cities in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, it's relatively quick to get anywhere.
Yeah, you know, everything's just down the road in South Australia.
It's a big country town.
Yeah, it
really
is. It really is a big country town. Yeah, we've got an airport.
We do.
Yeah, and it does international travel now.
It does.
So, you know.
You can get a direct flight to Sunshine Coast on Tuesdays.
Josie just said Slape and Sons. We've got Slape and
true.
Sons.
Yeah.
So those of you not aware, Slape and Sons are a barbecue, food manufacturer. So they make arguably some of the best tasting sausages in the world for food consumption, that is. Yeah.
Farmers Union
iced coffee, yes.
If you like your iced coffees, there's nothing better.
I love a Fuick. Yep.
Yeah, when they started doing lactose free.
Yes.
I had one for the first time in 6 years. It was unbelievable.
And Clint says, you've got Lawnhub in SA. So, yes.
Damn. That's why he's the boss.
That's right. Oh, Clint Osborne, sorry, the guy who won the mower.
Okay,
The Lawnhub Orange.
That's why he won the mower.
That's right. All right, so.
But he's kept around.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so Smith Luck 317. I picked up a Bush Ranger Spartan RZC or RZC for around 3,500. Did I get a good deal? It's in relatively good condition. Well, Smithy. We have Kitchener buns as well. Josie says. Let me search because I'm not familiar with. I know obviously of Bush Ranger because Dylan and the team made a video of me talking about them this week, as well as my supermarket story, which I'm surprised didn't really get much traction. I thought,
yeah, I thought it would pop off a bit more, to be honest. But
Smith, is that the zero turn ride-on mower? Because if you got that for $3,500. I'm looking at pricing here, and I think you've got a fucking deal. So, I think you've got a fucking deal. If you can just confirm and or deny, that'd be great. And Adzi Brown 25. I just got a new place, going to start a kite lawn with seed, and I've never done that before. Just waiting for a bit warmer weather in Melbourne. Is there anything I can put on seed to speed it up? Not really, Adzi, to be honest. You really just want warm soil temps. You want a good base and a quality starter fertilizer like Lawnhub, Got Laid, a wetting agent like BBW, and then once the seeds do start to germinate, you get down some roots and shoots. And lucky for you, Adzi, that's all available in the Lawnhub Cherry Popper Pack. So I'd pick one of them up when you do plan to put the seed down. Just wait for Just had a message come through. Just wait for the soil temps to creep up into the high teens to low 20s for efficient germination. Oh, fuck. You try and get me to say that when we're filming a video, we'll be here all day. It's a known. Are you watching the podcast? All right. Can you monitor comments for a second? There's been no new comments since you joined. Oh, do you? So I don't need. Okay, if you could, yeah.
So you just answered Adzi's?
Yes.
All right. So we got one from Smith. Luke, you have an answer that?
Nah.
I think this may be in relation to the Bush Ranger.
Yes.
He said yes, it is. The guy used to mow my lawn and was looking to get rid of it because he got a new mower and said he would offer it to me for that. I am muted for everyone at home. Sorry. Smith Lark 317. I just said Smith's comment and I realised I was muted for everyone. Okay. Smith Luck 317. Yes, it is. The guy used to mow my lawn and was looking to get rid of it because he got a new mower and he said he would offer it to me for that price. I got a new house and needed a mower for context.
I mean, just looking at the prices here online, I think you've got a deal, the deal of probably the year. So yeah, I think you've done well.
Nice.
All right, so we do have a comment here from Jack Chapo. Is there any issue with putting granular fertilizer down if there is a concern tenants will not water it in? Absolutely. Granular fertilizer needs to be watered in, otherwise it will be susceptible to burning the lawn. That's your outcome if you don't water it in. So just be mindful of that. So,
Did Kira reply?
No, not yet. Kira, if you're there in the chat, get some dubs up in the chat.
Get some wubs up. We got a question from Daniel Bodley. I just panted buffalo
Planted.
seed. He said panted.
Okay.
I just panted buffalo seed in West Melbourne and just got your cherry popper pack.
Yes.
Any tips?
What was his name, sorry? Or her name?
Daniel Bodley.
Him. Daniel, might still be a bit cold for that seed to germinate, unfortunately. Bit very similar to the kikuyu seed question. You still want to try and, especially warm season grass, that higher teens to low 20s soil temps. Yeah, it's a tough one, that one. So you, really in Melbourne, probably looking October, November to really want to plant seed down for a warm season lawn. But in saying that, if you've put the seed down, just, you can try and keep it damp and make sure it doesn't dry out and hope the sun comes out and you see some germination. Is it straight buffalo seed or have you got some ryegrass in there as well? I'd be interested. Even if you don't know, but you know what the seed blend was called when you bought it, I can Google it and I can have a look for you. But that bush ranger seems to be deal of the century. Goodness gracious. Oh, Dylan, we got a last week we did a podcast last week, right?
We did.
And before the podcast, we put out there on Instagram people to ask questions through the Instagram story.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't answer them.
Do you want me to go back and have a look?
Yeah.
Because I can do that.
You can?
Yeah.
You can do
I should be able to. I'll do some magic, do some media
wizardry.
manager magic.
Some wizardry.
Well, sorry everyone last week. We're not actually don't normally miss that. Let's have a look.
Oh, the Crows just posted the game tonight against Hawthorn is officially sold out. Are we going to get 53,000 plus to the Adelaide Oval tonight, Dylan?
It's a good chance. There's a good chance.
Oh, I'm getting nervous. and giddy. There's nothing better than Adelaide Oval in full flight when the Crows are up and about.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, sorry. You couldn't do it or you could
No,
do
I
it?
do. I've got
Okay, all right. So
ready to rock and roll.
These Instagram questions were asked
last week. We have the first question from jski.c. He said, I laid Tiff Tough in April. Come spring reno time, is it safe to use a scarifier on my lawn?
Yes, as long as the lawn is rooted down and it's growing, absolutely. And by we I mean me. By we I mean me.
You.
In the beginning. By we I mean me. I scarified Dad's to Homer like 9 or 10 days after being down, or 11 days, so you'll be fine. Yeah.
Cool. Next question from Matthew Hardiman.
Yes.
In Sydney, should I give my lawn some roots and shoots even though it is not really growing?
Yes, you can do it as a soil application. So what I mean by that is spray it over the lawn and water it in.
Cool. Vunit 469. Lots of rain due this weekend. Adelaide, is it worth throwing some wet down? Obviously, that was last weekend. Last Friday.
Yes, always. I'm a massive advocate. We know that I love wetting agents, rain, hail or shine. So if you got some wetting agent down before the weekend's absolute downpour, which we're still going to talk about, yes, that would have been beneficial.
Cool. Again by Vuna, he said, 33 points on the weekend. Not bad. What happened to the other 3 points you're missing?
So that was in relation to my golf game
Oh, okay.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, yes. I can tell you, I scrubbed on the first, and then I missed a real easy birdie putt. So there's the 3 points I missed.
There you go.
Yep.
Right.
So scrubbed on the first. So if I parred that would have been a 2-pointer, and then the birdie putt I missed, which would have been a 3-pointer. So
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's all the questions from last week. Sorry we missed those.
That's okay.
Daniel did reply again. He was the Buffalo seed in West Melbourne.
Yes.
He said, I believe it's 70% Buffalo seed.
Okay, so there was probably 30% rye. So in that case, I would just keep the seeded area damp with some irrigation or sprinklers, and just wait for the rye to come up, and hopefully the buffalo seed just sits there dormant, waiting for the right weather conditions.
Cool.
All right, we got some questions here. What's going on? Here we go. VJ, question for Dilbo. What made you switch from Mighty Hawks to Crows? We don't switch teams here in Melbourne.
That's disgusting. I never switched, mate. I don't know where you've heard this nonsense. My father is Hawks, and I tell you what, he switched. He was Hawks, and then Adelaide Crows became a thing, and he went for Crows.
Yes.
Then he got with my mother, who was also Crows, stuck with Crows. I was born and bred Crows. And then they divorced, and he decided to go back to Hawks because Adelaide was shit, I guess, in his opinion. And I'm not going to move to Hawks. My little brother moved to Hawks.
So to set the record straight,
to set the record straight here, I've been born and bred Crows and have never changed.
Okay. You've heard it first here, VJ.
Sorry if I attacked you there, VJ. That was just really...
Yeah, wow. Jamie Lee, can Lawnhub products be stored in outdoor storage boxes, cabinets, if not exposed to sunlight? Thinking about Trojan, BBW, Money Shot, Roots, etc. Look, Jamie, to be honest, it depends how hot that box or cabinet gets. Ideally it's left in a cool, dry room or storage area. Money Shot... There was a post in the SA Lawn Geeks last week or week before around Money Shot exploding. Yeah. Excuse me. God, Jesus.
Whoa, that's a big boy.
Around Money Shot exploding. Now, after our investigation, we'd found that was part of the dodgy cap batch that we got. So we sorted him out. But we are also in talks and negotiations around reformulating Money Shot so it doesn't have to do that sort of activity where it has to have a vented cap. So, look, Trojan, BBW, they're probably okay in a warmer environment if they're sealed and there's no moisture in the bucket. Things like Money Shot, Roots, and Wet and Three-Way, that whilst they can be obviously out of direct sunlight, yes, that is important. But if those, rooms or boxes or cabinets, they get up to 60 degrees during the summer, everything's tested, to withstand those conditions. But just like anything, prolonged exposure to that type of environment will see a decrease in performance over time. So that's just like anything. If you leave food out of the fridge, it will, deteriorate quickly than it is in the fridge. So the answer to that is yes, you can. Just be mindful that, if you are going to experience a really big heat wave or something similar, then to maybe look at removing those and putting them somewhere else. So, yes, in short, yes, but it's circumstantial. Jack Chapo, if I'm about to apply NSFW on a lawn that is likely to result in multiple impacted area, is it okay to leave Trojan on also, as I will not have access to post-application? Oh, Jack, that's a difficult one because if you put Trojan out and then spray NSFW, you will activate the granules of the Trojan, of the fertilizer, and then you can't water in NSFW, so then it'll open the lawn up to burning. Look, I think, unfortunately, there is a decision that needs to be made in this situation, whether you want to kill the weeds off or fertilise the lawn and weeds that are there. And if the tenants aren't going to water it in, then it's probably more than likely that the only application that's going to be suited to you in that situation is probably an application of NSFW, unfortunately. Sorry. One second, please. There's some important stuff going on that I just need to attend to. So, Dylan, talk.
Hello, everybody. Dylan is here with no camera on today. I told Jonesy before that I didn't want to have to put my makeup on. So
yeah, it takes a lot to look like this.
Yeah, we got a green room outside, and that's why we're late sometimes because the boys are pampering and powdering their nose. But if you've got any questions in terms of the behind the scenes of the media department at Lawnhub, I'll be happy to answer your question in due course. In terms of lawn-related questions, my knowledge is limited. However, I have just recently purchased a new property and will be planning on doing a lawn renovation. So there will be content coming soon for that. I'm sure I will get very educated doing it myself. So,
speaking of coming, Isaac Cummings playing.
Whoa, it's not where I thought that was.
Isn't he playing his 50th game or his 100th game tonight?
I think something like that. I think I've read that. I really did not think that's where that was going, but okay.
You got to always improvise and adapt and overcome.
You do.
All right, let me just get. So it's Waz's 50th game tonight. Josh Worrell, and it's Isaac Cummings 100. Isaac Cumming apostrophe S 100th game tonight. So
cool.
A lot to play for tonight. Obviously, I just mentioned before it's a showdown. We had Max Michaelani go out, unfortunately, with the hamstring injury, which is a real shame because he'd been playing some good footy this year. Against Richmond, he went up forward and kicked 3 goals at the G. I was there, and it was fucking unbelievable to watch Max go and do that. We've also had Laird go out for management, and Pedler also come out, which I thought was really stiff. I thought Pedals had played some really good footy the last few weeks. But in comes Cumming, Smith, and Bond. 3 huge ins there. Bond has been playing some magnificent footy, played some great footy at the back end of last year when the Crows were struggling. Smith is Smithers. Smith will do Smith. Hawks have gone in with the full 4 tools. Smith does have that ability to play on the smalls and the tools, so it's going to be a good match up there. And obviously Isaac Cumming comes in for his 100th game. So obviously you look at that. Bond has come in for Michaelani. Smith's a straight swap for Laird, and Cumming had come in for Pedler, which means Chase Jones is more than likely going to be the sub again. So it's going to be a big game of footy tonight, Dylan. Sellout, an official sellout at the Adelaide Oval. Nothing better. You love to see it. Friday night footy.
Let's go.
But we can talk about that after because we've got to do our tips. But we do have a couple of questions here. Then we'll move on to our segment. All right. So look like you need a big, strong coffee there, Adam. I do, Nick, and I'm sorry for yawning. It's rude. But I can't help it. I'm excited, but I'm also tired. Whew, I'll need one before the footy tonight. And Mr. Mumbles, how do you make eggplants look bigger using the power of media? Dylan?
It's a really good question.
It's all about the angle too and the lighting.
It's angle and lighting, really. So you can use what you have and use what you don't have. So, angles, lighting, different lens types. If you got a 0.5, we found out Jonesy has a 0.5 and 4K on his iPhone today.
Yes.
That's huge. That's to you. That's to me. Okay. No, I just asked him if he had 0.5 on his camera, and he's like, I have 0.5 on my fucking camera. I got fucking 4K. Yeah. It was a moment. It was a moment. So if you had something beneficial like that, then you can do wonders.
Dylan.
Adam.
Last Saturday night.
Yes.
46,000 South Australians went to the Adelaide Oval in torrential rain.
Survived.
To watch Showdown
58, I
think.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just have a look. I think it was Showdown 58. Showdown 58. So Showdown 58. I was one of the mad hooligans that braved the weather. In about the second quarter on the TV, if you want to go, you can go to the AFL Live app. We'll rewatch the replay and go to the second quarter midway through. Fucking torrential. It was a bath. I've never seen Adelaide Oval in the 31 years of my life. Well, since removing the cooch and going to a full rye sand profile, stitch profile, I'd never seen Adelaide Oval be like in that condition.
I saw them recovering still. Like,
yes,
it's been. You'd probably know a lot more about that.
Yeah. So the TMSA, Turf Management South Australia Facebook page actually did put up a photo this morning of the ground being mowed. So give me 1 second, and I'll put that on the screen. It has recovered really well, and fucking hell, what is it called? TSMA or
I think TMSA.
That burp stinks, Dylan. What the fuck is it? TMSA, Turf Management South Australia. All right. Now, this was from this morning. So Pete Foreman, put this on the screen. So bit of power here. Don't worry about that. That was overnight, so the grow lights were on all night. So as you can see, it has dried out a lot. So it's recovered well. So I think that's a massive shout out to the ground staff and the structure of Adelaide Oval to be able to recover like that. So quickly, quick turnaround time. So yes, but back to the game. We said on this podcast last week that form is absolutely nothing to go by when it comes to the showdown, and boy were we fucking wrong. So wrong, but in a good way.
Yeah.
To Port Adelaide's defence, and I've been very vocal and open with my passion against Port Adelaide, but to somewhat play devil's advocate and come to their defence, they are losing a lot of players. They've lost a lot of their team that was influential for them last year, right? However, you do not lose by that much in the AFL in a bathtub. It was torrential rain. The Crows kicked 20 goals in that weather, Dylan. It's unheard of. They kicked 8 goals in the last quarter. You have a look at the stats. The Adelaide Crows won every single stat. It was a complete polar opposite to the previous showdown where Port won nearly every single stat and lost. You flip it the other way. The Crows win every single stat and they win by 98 points. A showdown history. The largest winning margin in showdown history. The lowest scoring score by Port Adelaide in a showdown as well. So 133-35. Now, Dylan, it was great to be there. I've watched the replay twice. I was there live, so I've seen it 3 times. It gets better and better. I can't help it.
No.
I can't help it.
It's a good game.
It was a good shared performance game. Obviously, Riley Thilthorpe is a fucking machine. Absolute machine. He is such a nice human too. So he's been doing a bit of media stuff at the moment as well, and just the way he talks. I was listening to Alex Nilbullen or Nibbler, whatever you want to call him, during the week in his press conference, and he's just been huge for the club. And they were asking, obviously, Nilbullen is a Melbourne Premiership player, and they're asking, what's the group like? Does it feel the same? And he said, along the lines of it, well, it feels similar, but it's different. It's a different group of players. The maturity of the young blokes, and how many players we have under 50 games and now are starting to play their 50th game, like Wazza. It's scary times. Scary times for the Adelaide Football Club, and especially an Adelaide Football Club supporter like myself and a lot of us out there. So, massive game tonight, though.
Massive.
Huge game tonight. So, it's an 8-point game they're calling for for Hawthorn. If they are currently just outside the top 8, I believe. Is that fair to say,
I think
Dylan?
they are. Yep.
Is that fair to say? So where's the ladder? How do you fucking use this?
No, they're 5th.
They're 5th. Oh, sorry. If they lose tonight,
If they lose, that'd be out.
If they lose tonight and they go out, and I suppose the table goes as it probably should, they will fall to. So, who are Gold Coast playing this week?
They are playing Richmond.
Okay, so Gold Coast are going to win.
Yep.
We can pencil that in, right? So they'll move to 52 points. So that would then push the Doggies out, who had a great win last night over GWS.
Great win. I watched it.
Absolutely fucking incredible win by the Doggies last night. So then that would then bring in the Gold Coast Suns. So they're currently on 119.5%. You're probably going to wager them winning by 8 to 12 goals. So their percentage is going to increase. That would then mean that they would go above Hawthorn. Fremantle are playing a not-so-good team, I think. They are playing Carlton at Optus Stadium, so they're going to win. So Fremantle will go to 56 points. So then that drops Hawthorn down again. GWS aren't moving because they're going to stay there, and the Gold Coast will obviously move into the 8. So on percentage, if Hawthorn lose tonight, they could be as low as 7th. Yes, because Geelong are playing the Power, and they're going to win too. So, and then Collingwood versus Brisbane as well. So that's going to be a big game. So there could be a really big ladder shift if Hawthorn don't win tonight. So it really is a 8-point game, really, in that respect. So the Crows, if they don't win tonight, they still do have 2 bottom sides to play. So they do have a little bit of a grace there, and they've also got Collingwood. So you'd probably lean in favour of the Crows that are probably shooting now to play finals. With the draw that they've got, Collingwood have qualified. I don't see them falling out. But it really is a race for it really is a race for spots 2 to 8.
It is.
And it's a few years ago the AFL were criticised for for a lot of things when it came around draft picks, free agency, the fixture, but it really has tightened up. 5-6 years later, it has really tightened up the ladder, and it's super exciting, especially if you're so Gold Coast are a game behind, so it still gives the Doggies and the Giants a really good feeling for supporters, and that there is obviously a chance of them making finals. So even if you look at that 1 to 9, spots 2 to 9 are all up for grabs, really. So it's really, really exciting.
Yeah.
Look, we've spoken about it all year. I think the Crows at home are probably just going to be too good again. They've got the highest percentage in the AFL on 146, more wins by over 10 goals than anyone in the AFL this year. It's an amazing stat. And I know there's people probably in the comments saying, "Oh, they've got an easy draw," but they've only played two teams twice. So. Three teams twice. Gold Coast, Port. I think that's it.
Well, it'll be Hawks tonight.
Yeah, and then Hawks tonight. So, yeah. So, and Nate Extreme's just written, Hawthorn have a horrible run in. So they do. They've got a real tough run home if they don't win tonight. They've got Collingwood next Thursday night. Then they've got Melbourne at the G. And then they've got Brisbane at the Gabba. So if they don't win tonight, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. It'll be tough for sure.
But I just think tonight, Adelaide Oval, massive showdown win. The Crows have had a great 5 weeks of footy. sell out Friday night footy. I can't look past the Crows, Dylan. I'm sorry.
I can't either.
It's going to be a good matchup. Obviously, the last time they met was in Launceston. It was 3 degrees, 3 points of difference. Completely different conditions tonight. This is going to suit. Both teams. They are both great dry weather football players. Crows showed last week. Obviously, they are great wet weather. Well, Bath players. To be honest, because there was just so much rain. It's going to be a great game of footy. I'm looking forward to it.
We've also got another great game on Saturday, Collingwood, Brisbane Lions. That's going to be...
That's 2 big games. That's a big game for 2 reasons. This is going to sound very straightforward. It's a big game for Collingwood. It's a big game for Brisbane. Brisbane got their fucking pants pulled down last week against the Gold Coast Suns. I did not see that coming at all. I even tipped Brisbane last week in our little game that we'll touch on later. Mm-hmm. And Collingwood obviously didn't give Richmond the thumping I thought they were going to. That's really concerning for Collingwood. They got the win, right? And I think McRae said something like, "We're not here for, we won. We got the 4 points. We've done what we've done. We've done what we came here to do, and we won. So you can't be too critical of them. Of course, they were on 60 points. They've only lost 4 games for the year, so you can't be too critical on them. But yeah, they've got a couple come back from injury as well, so it's going to be a big game. Looking forward to watching that one as well. So, but we'll do our tips later. But yes, I'll head back to Restream. Here we go. All right, so Nick Lamb's written here. Thanks for the advice on my grass yellowing after tombstone application. Got the 3-way down and already looking heaps better. No worries, Nick. So just to elaborate on that, Nick reached out to me via email. He'd done a tombstone application and his lawn started to just go off colour a little bit. But tombstone does say on the label that there will be a pronounced yellowing effect if your lawn is struggling in the low nitrogen or under fertilised situations, and it encourages you to fertilise with an end product. So that's what happened there. Simon Sharp, seriously thinking about rolling up my lawn and moving to Adelaide. Obviously, he liked our pitch, Dylan.
Clearly, we've done well.
And you don't have to do 1,600 kilometre round trips anymore to get Trojan 25. So there's so much on here. Like
it's too much.
We've arguably got one of the best test matches as well. So I tried to get tickets to the Ashes, sold out, gone. So, yep, moving on. Mr. Mumble says, lol. Nate Extreme says, go Dogs. Yeah, massive game for the Doggies last night. Like, I didn't tip that. I did not see that coming. I watched the first quarter and I was sitting there and I was going, well, this game's done. It's finished. There's no point watching this. The Doggies are going to get a run on. Jack Chapo, Gold Coast has 2 games in the last round. Jack, have the AFL confirmed that, or are they going to play in the bye round leading up to finals? Like, I've been trying to get sort of clear-cut information on what is actually going on there because... yeah, I would be interested to know. Jack Chapo, Crows likely minor premiers. I'm not sure they have the measure against Collingwood. Even though it's at Adelaide Oval, it's going to be a really good game of footy. Obviously, Crows travel west next week and then come back to play Collingwood. So if they win tonight, I think that's 6 in a row. They go west, beat West Coast. That'll be 7. I don't think the Crows have won 7 games in a row since 2017. So, and we all know what happened in the last Saturday of September there. So, I was saying to Dylan this morning, I was watching highlights of the 2017 prelim final against Geelong, and I still don't know how we lost the grand final. Anyway, moving on. Nate Extreme says, as much as I hate to say it, Crom are a good shout for winning the lot. Look, Nate, it's important that the Crows get 2 home finals. So what I mean by that is that they get the first round final a home game. So you only get that if you finish first or second. They win that, then they go to the prelim. that'll be a home prelim. That's their best. Obviously, that's their best way into the grand final. However, if they do fall out of the top 4, it means that if they finish 5th or 6th, that'll be a qualifying or whatever that first final is at home, and then they'll have to play 2 on the road. So it's in the Crows' best interest to keep playing good footy and winning at least 3 of the next 4. That's going to be important for the Crows. Winning 3 of the next 4.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's no if, buts or maybes. I do absolutes. And they need to win 3 of the next 4 to secure that first home final. Double chance first home final. Because if they lose that first home final, then they'll get a second home final, and then they'll have to more than likely play at the MCG or up in Brisbane for a prelim, which is going to be tough. So I know this has turned into a Crows podcast, but they haven't done anything for 8 years. So
yeah, come on.
Well, we got robbed. We got robbed in the finals that year. And then just one more comment here. So we got hello from Daniel Pittman. And Jack says, Collingwood versus Brisbane is a big game for the Crows. If Collingwood get done and lose the top, Crows will take it and get the first final at home. Yes. All right, now it's 3 o'clock. And Clint says up the Pies. Yeah, I think you've got Brisbane covered this week. All right, so it's 3 o'clock, Dylan. So what are we giving away today?
Today we have 2 prizes.
Mm-hmm.
We have a classic USP weekly giveaway winner and a grand prize winner, a Weber barbecue. The specific model number of the Weber barbecue is, one moment.
So we'll do the USP draw first. So the USP draw is for the weekly prize, and then the Weber Q is for the monthly monthly prize.
Yes, the monthly prize. So anyone who's purchased since our last giveaway date, which was the 4th of July, is in the draw for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then anyone who's purchased in the last week since last Friday at 3 p.m. is in the draw for the Ultimate Spray Pack. So we'll do the Ultimate Spray Pack first.
Right, do the Ultimate Spray Pack. So we got, what was the first number from last week?
122692.
122692. And today's number, I need to grab.
You grab that.
All right. Which is, 123.
123.
313.
313. All right.
123. 313. Is that right?
123 313.
123 313. 1010111. We'll do dramatic, so 5 seconds, and we'll create draw. Put that up on the screen. All right. This is for the USP Ultimate Spray Pack, the weekly prize.
Whoa.
1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. All right. Let's have a look. This is for an Ultimate Spray Pack. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 1. You see what it's done?
Yeah, that's a really interesting number.
1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1.
1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3.
It's like a tongue twister
2,
for numbers.
3, 1.
Yeah.
All right. Annie P from Penola, South Australia. I've just spat everywhere. We finally got a winner from South Australia. Congratulations, Annie P. You are the winner of our weekly prize of an Ultimate Spray Pack. You purchased a bottle of NSFW yesterday, and now you're going to get another bottle and 4 other liquids. Congratulations, Annie. Finally, a winner from South of Oz.
South of Oz.
All right, so back to dashboard. New draw. Weber. Is it one word for Weber Q? Or 2 words?
Weber Family Q, so 2 words.
like Q, like that.
Yeah, like, oh, yeah, another space after
So
family.
it's 3 words.
Is 3 words. Oh.
In the beginning. All right. Minimum number. Good chat.
Sorry, I'm sending that to Kira. All right, so we've got 120 572
Hang on. 120
572.
572. Now I'll just fact check that. What is it? 120 572.
120 572.
So that was ordered on the 27th of June.
Yep, that'll be when we finish.
After 3 o'clock.
After 3 o'clock, yep.
All right. Cool. And then
Cool.
in the beginning.
In the beginning, and our last number is that same 123313. Is that correct?
That is correct. 123313. Oh, you fucker. 123313. Should we do epic?
Epic 10 seconds. All right, I'll put the.
Nah, do dramatic.
All right, we'll do dramatic.
123313. All right, create draw. All right,
All right.
family Weber Q for orders number 120572 to 123313. Are we ready?
Rocket.
All right, here we go. Boom. Who is going to be the winner of the family Weber Q? We have got 122992. 122992. In the beginning. Okay, we have got Jake S. from Dubbo, New South Wales. Congratulations, Jake.
Congrats.
You have just won a Weber Q. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Well done.
Jake. I will make contact with Jake.
What did he order?
He ordered 2 David Gray's Wintergrass Killers and 2 NSFWs. It is his 3rd order.
Beautiful.
And he's spent some money. So he's probably thinking, about time. About time I've won something. So congratulations, Jake. You have won yourself a Weber Q simply by placing an order at lawnhub.com.au.
Well done.
All right.
I think we could probably announce next month's winners now, Mr. Jones.
Do you know what they are?
I do.
Well, tell the people.
The people. People. Everyone listen in. We're going to be doing another weekly USP giveaway. First one being at 3 p.m. next Friday. So any order made from now or even the ones made in the last 8 minutes are in for that. With a final grand prize winner of a fully restored Scott Bonner 17-inch.
17 inch.
Valued at $3,800. Wait, $3,800?
$38,000.
$1 million at $3,800 by none other than Daniel Suter. Daryl Suter. So get excited for that one. We're back with the biggies.
Yes. Super keen to give that away because it's obviously a fan favourite, the Scott Bonner. And yes, we'll be giving that one away live.
Is that the same as Clint's? His is 17?
No, his is a 20.
A 20?
His Scott Bonner. It is a 20 inch. So 17 inch. They look unreal. I'll see if I can bring some photos up. Mr. Suter sent me some images yesterday of the mower. Bless you. God bless you. So, and there we go.
Looking good.
It is looking beautiful. So, as we know, Daryl does a great job at restoring these mowers. Look, there's me. That was back when we gave away the Swordman. God, didn't that create some bloody...
Who did that end up going to? Is that... Who won that?
Someone in Queensland.
Did someone take the cash, though?
No. That one we gave.
It did go.
Yeah,
it
that
did
one
go.
went
Haven't seen anything.
to a home that really wanted it. So
Yeah. Cool.
I was just saying before I was really cut off. That
My bad.
remember when we were talking, like when we gave that mower away and we started doing ads for it, people saying that it wasn't worth $7,500.
Yeah.
That's what we paid for it.
Yeah. So
anyway,
Anyway.
we're always wrong.
Always.
Yeah.
Always and utterly.
Yeah, always wrong. Never right.
No.
Just having a look. My battery is depleting. But
Do you need a charger?
nah, well, you said I'm not allowed to.
No, you can have
because-
one. Just bring it through this side.
No, you said.
Okay. Well, it'll last then.
It'll be right. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So I'm just checking
all good.
my
We'll just have to
mobility.
run it through this way. We got a comment on Instagram from Frosty's Backyard saying, "Rumor has it Riley Thilthorpe has been drinking your roots and shoots. Beast of a bloke."
Well, he obviously he kicked his 100th goal against the Gold Coast, so he's still quite new to his career. But he unfortunately had a knee injury at the earlier on in his career, and ever since he's come back, it took him a few games, but he came back a fucking beast. Now, we do not advocate drinking our products at all. So,
Not financial advice.
but if that's what's happened to Riley Thilthorpe, imagine what happens to your lawn and plants when you put it on them.
Damn.
You know, like
Damn. We got to get Riley to do some roots and shoot content. I tell you what, that's the next collab.
yeah. Tex, if you're watching,
Hook that up.
yeah, hook it all up. We'll have the 3-headed monster.
Yeah. True.
All holding bottles of roots and shoots, but they're so big that they'll look like little from Coles. You know, when you
The
get
little
my shop things, or whatever
Yeah.
they're called.
The big three.
Scott Taylor here, replying to Simon Sharp. Queensland needs 25 kilo bags of Trojan 2. Can these be socked at Total Tools or in Queensland? When you're treating 1,200 metre square backyard, the large bucket, 10 kilos, not sufficient to meet my needs. Go big or go home. Scott, I 100% agree with you. It's just a little bit of a work in progress at the moment. So we actually discussed this today. If you watched our story, you would have seen that our automatic bucketing fucking hell, this fucking sausage. Our automated bucketing equipment machine rocked up today.
It did.
And we
Spoilers.
filmed a video about it. And I talked about you know, not so much hidden costs, but costs that aren't necessarily associated with business, right? And one of them was freight. Now, freighting stuff around the country costs money, and in some cases and in some areas that costs a lot of money. So the 25 kilo bag structure is there's minimums that you need to order in order to get product to your store. That's so everyone can make money, because unfortunately fortunately we're not in the business to not make money, because if we don't make money, then we can't be doing these things with you guys. We can't be really doing anything. And I kind of like it here, so I don't want to go anywhere. So we're just currently working out a structure on how to get the 25 kilos, thank you, fertilizer and BBW 20 kilos into more stores, so you guys and girls at home can have access to it. So bear with me. Bear with us. We are going to make this hopefully more accessible for everyone, because I agree, when you're treating that much lawn and you want to use Australia's favourite lawn fertilizer, you do need bigger bags. So yeah, we have copped a bit of heat about freight in the last few weeks from emails, comments, but I'd be more than happy to do a freight learning session, and the impacts it has on your business if you don't charge enough for freight.
Massive.
Yes.
Lawn and Land Yeah, Lawn and Land Equipment
BJ.
Expo.
He rang me
BJ.
yesterday.
Well, you said cheers for the info yesterday, legend, with a little kissy face.
Mm-hmm. Josh Knott, g'day legends. And Scott Taylor, replying to Scott Taylor, thank you for the update, most appreciated. Yeah, so just bear with me, Scott. We'll try, to make it more appealing. So, because the other thing as well is we don't want to sell them too expensive to a reseller, then there's not enough margin in them for them to sell it as well and make money. So it's just about keeping everyone happy and then also making it so it's not super expensive. Because at the moment, I'll bring up the retail list here. One moment, please. I'll log in. So this is WaterPro pricing. So if you were to go into any of our 3 WaterPro locations and you wish to buy the bulk Lawnhub, one moment, I need my 2-factor authentication because we are all about cyber security when it comes to this.
Thank you, Jaron.
Where is my authenticator app? There it is. There we go. Okay, so if we were Mr. That's a very important phone call, but unfortunately I cannot take it right now. I'll call you back. So first off, we'll start with Trojan. So we'll start with Trojan. So if you go into a WaterPro store right now off the street and you wish to purchase Trojan 25 kilos, it will be $90 plus GST. So that will be $99 for 25 kilos of Trojan. Moving on to, I don't know, you're laying a new lawn, got laid, 25 kilos. That too is $90 plus GST. So $99 for 25 kilos. Now, premature, if you were to walk in off the street and ask for a 25 kilo bag of premature, you'll be paying $100 plus GST. So $110. Now the favourite, which has been asked for a lot, is BBW. Now that's a 20 kilo bag. Okay? That's a 20 kilo bag. As we know, 3 kilos of BBW sells for about $10 a kilo. At around that $30 mark. So BBW 20 kilos is $110 plus GST. So it's $121. So great value for money, obviously. And available at all 3 WaterPro locations Monday 7 till 5 and Saturday 8 till 12. So, and like I mentioned before, we will work out how to get them across Australia efficiently and in a timely manner. Fuck.
Business tips with Adam.
Business tips with Adam. Yeah, we talked a lot. I think it's going to be a long video. It's going to be a lot of little jibber jabber, but I think there's a lot of information in there as well that, you know, as we have figured out in not just the past few weeks, but the past couple of years, Dylan, that we will say something, whether it be myself, Clint, you, Ask Ervo, Mudge, Jared, anyone in this business will say something, and then our competitors will do it.
Yes.
So, so it's going to be a good insight for everyone that is watching on the sidelines.
Big time.
What we're doing. Now, VJ has just asked, what about 25 kilo mini pill, Jonesy? Okay, I do have a little bit of an announcement about mini pill. For the first time in my Lawnhub / WaterPro career, I've been able to source mini pill consistently. I've heard it from the horse's mouth that this stock will not run out in Australia. So had to change a couple of things up, but it's still going to be the same analysis, still going to be the same mini pill that you know and love. It's just going to look a little different. And 25 kilo mini pill is on the cards. It's on the cards. I just don't know when. That is all.
Huge.
Okay, so we're going to sell through the current stock of mini pill we have, Clint doesn't even know this yet, so this is just the idea that I've had, and I think it's going to be a good one. We'll sell through the current stock of mini pill from our current supplier, and then we're going to transition. It's going to be the same analysis, everything's going to be the same. It's just the difference is how it looks. Now, since I've been working here, mini pill has looked three different types from when I first started, and it's came from the same supplier. So this is going to be, I suppose, a fourth iteration of that, but it's going to be consistently looking like that for the foreseeable future. So, yes. So they are coming. I just can't give a timeline just yet because there's few little things we still need to do in the background.
Cool.
Okay. And Clint touched on it today in his story. If you follow Clint on Instagram, is it Very Clint? At Very Clint?
Yep.
He talked about how, actually, I'll read it word for word so I can do it justice. Is this a public or private?
It's public.
It is public?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we just go to Very Clint. Now, Clint is a very emotional man, so sometimes you might see some stories on there that won't be up for very long. So his quote today was, "We have so many plates spinning simultaneously that at times it feels like nothing gets completed." Now, that feels so true because we talk about things all the time. Like, we've got so much going on in the background, Well, 25 kilo bags of fertilizer was one of those things that was going on in the background that we didn't want to talk about, and now we can. So one thing's ticked off. Obviously, secondly, the bucketing machine came in today. So that's an 18-month thing ticked off. Then you have weeks where it all comes together. So that's, again, there's things that happened today and yesterday that will be revealed at a later date that happened this week. So much is happening right now. Like, it's so exciting, and I do get excited when I think about the team members that we have here at Lawnhub and Water Pro about what's happening and what is going to happen. So there is a question here from Rob Lackey about 5-litre liquids. Now, 5-litre liquids we said we're going to be launching last September. That didn't happen for a multitude of reasons. First of all, we didn't have the tooling for it. Then when we did get the tooling for it, we were actually so behind in stock production that we had sometimes 4 people on that liquid bottling machine Monday to Friday, 7 till 4, making liquids, like bottling up liquids the whole time. So we couldn't keep up with the 1 litre manufacturing. Now, as we speak, Dylan, you can attest to this. How many buckets of Trojan and Premature and BBW do we have out in the warehouse right now?
It's fucking chocolate.
It's thousands.
It's out of control.
It's thousands. So we're talking 4,000-ish buckets out there full of product, and it's the 1st of August. This time last year, we would have had 500 buckets.
Yeah.
Full. If that. So the liquids are a bit on the light side at the moment because of stuff went out of stock. Not for, like, we had enough stock, but like our suppliers, they went out of stock. So we've been in this sort of limbo area at the moment. That is looking to, I don't know, bubble to the top, as they say, and it will be well and good again. So hold on that. But 5 litres, it's something that Clint gets asked regularly. Is it something that we're looking at doing? Absolutely. When? I can't give a timeline right now, unfortunately. So the 5 litres would obviously be a huge benefit for a lot of people. But at the moment, I can't commit to a date, unfortunately, just because of what other things we've got going on. But there is going to be a range, not range review, but a range increase of offerings. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be really exciting. Really exciting, isn't it, Dylan? Keen. Yeah. What else? I don't know. What else I'll talk about in that video? I don't know. We're big strong men, me and Dylan. We lifted
We
this
were.
frame off by hand.
Yeah, we're pretty huge. Got that on camera as well. So.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, we did have a little bit of help with the forklift, but we did majority of
shit.
it.
No, they didn't see that part because they just saw
Ah,
us
fuck.
pick it up. And
So yeah, it's super exciting when I look out my office window how much stock's out there as well. Because we had 20 pallets of boxes, 20 pallets of buckets come in today as well. Like we're filling up buckets quicker. Can we make a Diddy reference?
There's enough time passed.
Yeah. We're filling up buckets of fertilizer quicker than Diddy filled up containers of baby oil.
That's good.
We're filling them.
Filling them.
And this new machine's going to help with production. It's going to help with scaling up. It's going to help with so much. So one thing I am also working on potentially is getting premature and 10 kilo buckets. That was a real big. It was a real big request at the back end of last season. On paper, we sold more premature than ever before. It's funny because I'd never had full truck deliveries of premature last season. We had full truck deliveries of premature, so that's never happened to me before. So, and you know what we say, Dylan, it's not premature if you mean it.
That's exactly right.
Skazers just said, can I get an update for end of year, for end of final year and how it went last financial year? So last financial year, on a numbers standpoint, it was the biggest year Lawnhub's ever had. So thank you to everyone at home for that, for making it happen, and our resellers, of course. During the year, we had more staff than we've ever had before. I think we had up to 20 of us at one point. Albeit a lot of those casuals, but we have retained a lot of full-time staff, which is good. We like to, employ local people, and the team that we had last year was fantastic. However, we did find that at one point in time we had too many staff, so unfortunately we had to, as the seasonal work in its name, we had to unfortunately let some people go into the winter break. But the season is starting to ramp back up, so we'll be leaning on those team members again to come back if they want to, of course. We put a lot back in the business in terms of machinery, equipment, amenities, staff amenities. A lot of our earnings went back into the business this year, which is great. It's quite often that Jonesy and I talk about our packing bench. When we first started, it was chipboard on a pallet, and our bin was a lid box that we'd cut into shape. So a bucket box, sorry. That's when we used to buy buckets by the box rather than by the pallet. So yeah, there's a lot of that was put back in the business. So it was a successful year, I would say. This year we've got even bigger plans. We've got even bigger aspirations. We've got bigger forecasts. We've got bigger stock holdings. Everything's bigger. Bigger equipment. Bigger Dylan.
Bigger Dylan.
So, so the end of financial year sale went really well. I wasn't here. That was up to the team here, and they did a fantastic job. So, not saying it's all about me, but it is good to go away in an event like that and the team be completely fine. So we're looking to do a lot of that this year, and not me going away and not being here, but relying on the team that we've built to continue to train them, because staff training and staff progression and those sorts of things are really important, because it's a lot better than just being a stalemate doing the same thing. I discussed in the video today that the implementation of this automated bucketing machine will mean that anyone can use it. At the moment, making Trojan buckets, for example, is quite a labour-intensive job, and there's only a few people in this fucking planet that would like to be on that machine. This one's going to be a lot better on the body. So we'll be able to move people around each week or fortnight if, depending what the team wants to do, to keep that variety. One thing we learnt last season, is that people found themselves too repetitive. And whilst, unfortunately, sometimes that is what pick and packing is, we listened and we think it's important that we look at to introduce variety if the business can withstand that. So, hopefully that answers your question, Skazer. Scott Taylor, what would you apply for Zoysia australis that's looking not great, or do I wait until it warms up in Queensland as it's not even getting to 20 degrees Celsius during the day? Look, Scott, you could do an application of Roots and Shoots and water it in, and then going into the warmer months, you could look at applying Got Laid instead. It's a little bit lower in N, but it also has a nice amount of phosphorus and a nice amount of potassium in it as well. So, it's not as depends what the guys and girls are saying on the pages, but it's not a high-end product, which we've obviously discussed before in my opinions around that. But I am uneducated and unqualified, so I can't make comment on that.
Sure.
I'd look at maybe a wet and roots application, water it in, and then once it does start to warm up again, look at using maybe Got Laid. I found that when my old man's kikuyu was struggling, I used Got Laid for a period of time and yielded some great results. And Skazer's written, would love to see Dylan put together a year in review clip and a comment from staff, etc.
Could definitely do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Dylan is looking for a new media team member as well. So
That's true.
At the moment, it's a bit scrapped for time, but it's okay.
It is okay. We're making it work the best we can. But hopefully, we'll have a member soon.
Yes. Now, anything on Instagram, Dylan? Any questions on Instagram?
So on the live, there's no comments, but I'll check the questions on the gram, and no. Just one from Daniel that we answered about the seeded buffalo in Melbourne with the cherry popper pack.
Yeah.
We asked that on there as well, so we've already answered that.
Yeah.
So in terms of the gram, there is nada.
Okay. So we'll move on to our final segment. My laptop is going flat. It says I've still got time. So we'll move on to the final segment. So we'll go back to the tips for the AFL and the NRL we did last week just to see how we went. Now, as I understand it, Dylan has that information.
I do. Do you want to start with the NRL?
Yeah, we'll start with the NRL. So I don't even remember the games, but you can talk.
All right. So starting us off, we had the Storm versus the Roosters. Now, this game was already played, so we both went the Storm.
Yes.
Because they'd already played and
Yes.
won. So we
Yes.
decided to tip them, so we both got that in the green. We both then tipped the Cowboys. They versus the Dragons, and the Cowboys came out on top. We both won that tip.
Yep, cool.
Next, we have the Broncos versus the Eels. I chose Eels again for the second row as the upset, and they came out on top, beating the Broncos.
It's funny because obviously we're talking about it. Our phones are listening. What I've just said is
Not financial advice.
and I've been getting hammered with NRL content on the socials, but again,
Not financial advice.
I can't comment on that.
Can't comment on that. They won by 2 points.
Yeah.
So
is it points?
What else?
In NRL? Like, is it?
Oh, it's like a try.
Well, like it was 24-26 or whatever.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
They won by 2 points. Is it the same?
I don't know if it's.
Is it the same lingo as footy? Someone in the chat, NRL fan, can you confirm or deny that, please? We want to be respectful and correct.
Respectful and inclusive.
Yeah, and correct.
We're all about diversity.
And of course, that's a.
Not financial advice.
It's a joke. So
it's a joke. So just shut the fuck. All right.
Yeah. So you've got one up on me there.
I got one up on you at the moment. Then we had the Warriors versus the Titans, and we both went the Warriors, so we both didn't get that one.
Oh, the Titans got
that was a Titans win.
Oh, good on them.
And then we had the discussion about what would win in the cage, the Panthers or the Tigers.
Yes.
And you went with the Panthers, I went with the Tigers, and the Panthers came out on top. So you managed to get that one. They fucking flogged them 36-2.
Yeah.
Then
Wow.
yeah,
Goodness.
we had the Rabbitohs versus the Sharks. We both picked the Sharks and got that dub. Of course, we knew that was that was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Then we had the Raiders versus the Knights. Both picked the Raiders on that one too, and they came out on the dub.
Wicked.
And then finishing off the Sea Eagles and the Bulldogs. We both picked the Sea Eagles, and they both lost, bringing our total to 5 each.
Oh, okay.
So 5 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 out of 8.
That's
so
pretty not good.
It's pretty not good. But with our limited knowledge,
yes,
not bad.
Not bad, good size.
Not bad, good size.
All right, so what do we do in the AFL? As he takes a drink.
Take a little sip
Mm-hmm.
as I play host here. So, this is an interesting one. Be on the edge of your seat for this.
Yep.
So, last week, we had the Hawks, which I had already tipped, and you then also tipped, so both getting that win.
Yep, over Carlton.
Now, here's an interesting one. Next is the Doggies versus Essendon. Now, you said that you reckon it's going to be a 12-goal plus victory for the Doggies.
Yeah.
And it was 15 goals.
Yeah, it was a
you've
big
done
one.
You've done well on that one.
It's a big one.
You've done well.
Yep.
And
you tipped the Doggies,
I
obviously.
picked the Doggies too.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's two for two. Next is the GWS versus Sydney Swans. We both picked the Giants. Both getting that
Just
dub.
quickly, did you watch that game?
No, I didn't.
Sydney were up by 36 points.
Oh,
was
okay.
I think it was like 46 to 11 or something.
Have a look here. Match report.
46 to 11 or something.
It was.
And then Sydney just shit the bed. They thought it was the last year's grand final again. Oh, too soon.
Yeah, okay. So at half time, it was 50 to 22 Sydney's way.
Yeah, so
7 goals to 3.
Yeah, so they were out by 30.
Yeah, and then third quarter, they just it was then Giants' way, 79 to 56.
They kicked 12. They kicked 12 of the last 13 goals to get up. So anyway, sorry. But yes, massive game.
Massive game. So we both got that.
Both got the Giants.
We both got the Giants.
Yeah. Oh fuck! What have I done? Yep.
All right. Next game, we got Brisbane Lions versus the Gold Coast Suns. Do you remember who you tipped?
Yeah, I tipped Brisbane.
You did, and I picked the Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah, so you got me there.
I got you there on that one. That was a biased pick. That was me wanting them to win. It worked in my favour.
Yes.
Next, we got Freo and West Coast. We both picked Freo.
Yes.
I think that was a safe pick.
Well, we thought it was a safe pick, but yes, they got the job done, but it took a while for Fremantle to get going, but nonetheless.
True. They ended strong.
Yes.
Next, North Melbourne and the Cats.
Yeah, now that was my wild card.
That was your wild card.
Yeah.
It was your wild card. Unfortunately, this time it didn't pay off for you. It was it's 101.
Yeah, point difference. So Jeremy Cameron single-handedly defeated North Melbourne.
Yep.
So
Yep. Next, we have the showdown, and we both know who we picked on that one. Adelaide with an absolute destructive game.
Yeah.
Then we have Collingwood versus Richmond. We both picked Collingwood.
Yeah.
And so far, we're doing really well.
Yeah.
So far, this is good. I've not had a single miss so far.
No.
Next, the biggest game of the week, I would argue, Bath Showdown.
Nasai Wanganeen Miller.
This was absolutely out of control.
Fucking incredible.
You knew something that the rest of Australia didn't because you big St Kilda.
Yeah, I did.
And you got me over Melbourne, so you did well.
I said they played well under the roof. And
you did.
They played well in the last quarter.
They did.
They played very well in the last quarter. They
some of the best football I've ever seen.
They kicked 8 goals in that last quarter. Unanswered. Eight unanswered last quarter goals. And Nasai Wanganeen Miller was just so switched on in that final play to be able to...
Watching him talk with his teammates to make that play happen and just the game sense.
St Kilda, give the man $2 million a year.
$2 million a year.
Do not worry about Tom de Koning. Do not worry about him. He can go somewhere else. You need Nas, because if he doesn't start at St Kilda, there is going to be a club out there that's going to offer him, I don't know, what I'm about to say is,
Not financial advice.
but maybe he might go down the road and they might offer him a farm or 6 farms, a car and a nice salary to play down at Alphabet Stadium. You don't know.
Maybe a BYD.
Maybe a few BYDs, because let's face it, this could be clipped in a few months' time. But I don't think he's going to Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide don't have anything to offer for him, unfortunately.
Was there discussions of that?
Yeah, well, because fucking Caroline Wilson made up her fucking stories about, he's not going to Adelaide because of blah, blah, blah. He's definitely, I don't think he's going to Port Adelaide. I don't think Port have the salary for it. I also don't think they have anything to give up to St Kilda to say, hey, we'll take him and you can have my unlabelled water bottle. When they got Horn Francis, they had to give a lot. So
you have to trade.
I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work, but what I'm reading is that you're not just going to get him for nothing. I think there has to be some form of compensation, maybe. I don't know. But what I'm reading is it's not going to be a case of you're out of contract, Dylan, come play at Geelong and I'll give you a farm sort of conversation.
Not financial advice.
It's like it died there.
Yeah, so give the man what he wants.
Give him what he wants.
Yeah.
He deserves it. He
He was on Ross Lyon's shoulders at the pub after the game.
Oh, was he?
I'm not sure if you saw
that.
that.
I didn't. Nah, fuck, he would be having a great
night. And there was a Guinness machine that...
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Nas on Guinness.
Yeah, that's great.
But of course, he wants to come to the Crows. But I know,
we'll take him.
We'll take him. Thing is, for the Crows, who comes out for Nas? If the Crows strong 22, who comes out for Nas right now?
What's his actual position?
Halfback, floater, midfield.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, so he's not a forward. So,
well, he kicks goals
traditionally,
for fun. Contested marks with a minute to go for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can be placed anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have no one that I would want to trade.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So that's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And you've just re-signed Dawson. You've just re-signed Rob. Last year you've signed Neil Bullen, Peatling, Cumming. You've got some very versatile players. Is Nas of a different caliber? 100%.
What's his? Is he new? How long has he been in the league for?
22, I think.
Yeah, so he's a young player too.
He's very young.
Yeah.
I just think St Kilda would be silly to see him go. I think if they're talking... What the fuck? It's that fucking God. Sausage, man.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, that stinks.
That's barbecue. I'm glad we're good 3 meters away.
If they're talking about getting De Koning from Carlton on 1.6, they've obviously got money in the salary cap. Give it to Nas. And this is important for St Kilda fans because they have not won a premiership for decades, right?
Yeah, when was their last?
I think it's is it 70 odd years or something? Fuck. Fact check that. You've got little boys and girls that are going, and they went home.
1966, first and only.
Well, there you go. And Alan Jeans was the premiership coach. Is that right? Can you fact check that? Stand by.
Alan Jeans?
Yeah. So I know my fucking weird facts.
You do, man. You and footy.
Now, Dylan, after the game on Sunday afternoon at Marvel Stadium where Nas fucking had the game on his string. Little boys and girls have gone home from that game, or they've said to their mum and dad or carers at home, what number is he? Number 7? I think he's number 7. Can we just fact check that, please? I want to get this right. Nasai Wanganeen Miller. I'm pretty sure he's number 7. I could be wrong, but...
Yes, number 7.
So number 7. They are screaming to their mums and dads and carers, grandmas, grandpas, pappies, whatever. I want number 7 on my Guernsey, right? St Kilda owe it to those young supporters to keep him so that number 7 will stay as NASA's number on those kids' Guernseys. Just my opinion.
It's probably a fair judgment of what's going down.
You can't see him go, unfortunately. Just my thoughts.
Fair
Of
thoughts.
course,
Fair thoughts.
if the Crows somehow find room in the salary cap and they've got some players that are willing to go that, maybe aren't getting a game because the Crows have been so good this year, I'm open to the conversation.
Open to the conversation.
And I have no bearing on the selection of Nas to any football club at all. I
Someone will
recognise
see,
that.
Someone will see this, man. Don't worry. Someone will see this on the committee
Or the board.
or the board.
They're saying we need to get him on. But no, look, honestly, as much as we'd love to see a South Australian come home, I just don't see it coming to Port. And if you're going to go on what's a more who's closer to a premiership this year, it's obviously Adelaide compared to Port Adelaide, right? That's a given. That's not an opinion. That's a given. Port can't make finals. Crows are more than likely going to make finals. So in that sentence, Crows are close to a grand final or a premiership. So if you want to go to a club that's closer, it's more Adelaide leaning. I just don't think we have the players to cough up and the salary cap, which is fine because we have a great side. We have a great group, right? Young group. Dan Curtin re-signed. We're going to need to leave salary. We're going to need to leave room in the salary cap for Dan Curtin at the end of 2028. You heard it first. 1st of August 2025. He is going to be a fucking superstar, Dylan. So we need to keep that in mind.
It's true.
Rochelle, when he comes back from his knee.
Any more news on that? I haven't heard.
Nah. We need to keep big names like Thilthorpe, Fogg. There's just too many players at the moment at the Crows that we just need to just keep in the salary cap. It's just, hey Dan, I know because Dan Curtin's brother is a machine too. So if he gets drafted to maybe West Coast or Fremantle, maybe will there be a pool I want to play for my brother? Well, you know what, Dan? You've won 3 Brownlows, 2 premierships. Let's keep you at the Crows, hypothetically.
Not financial advice.
So just things to consider. But no, of course the Crows would love to have Nas, 100%. But I do think it's St Kilda's responsibility now to keep him and to keep those number 7 on those young kids' backs. Just my opinion. And of course I have no bearing in anything. I understand that because I am unqualified and uneducated. So
yeah.
But anyway,
in the beginning.
All right. So should we start with our NRL tips for the week?
Yes, we shall. So to recap as well, 7 out of 9 for you, Mr. Adam Jones.
In the footy?
Yeah. 8 out of 9 for me.
Yeah, look, and to be honest, it should have been 8. I just chose North Melbourne.
That was a rogue.
Yeah,
that was
as a
rogue.
roguie. So maybe no roguies this week.
Oh, you going?
I don't know.
We'll see. We like to have fun here at Lawnhub. We like to have fun.
We'll see. All right, so we got the draw. So obviously the Storm and the Eels played last night.
They did.
And I don't know who I would have picked. But for the AFL one, I'm going to stay transparent and open and honest. But we'll talk about that when we get to the AFL. So,
okay.
So that one, look, I don't know. The Storm a second probably would have been hard to tip past them. So
I probably would have gone to Eels to be back to back as another upset for 3 weeks in a row.
Oh,
so
back to back.
So I'll do the right thing and I'll put the Eagles.
All right. So we got Friday tonight, 5:30 p.m. at the Go Media Stadium in Auckland.
Auckland
is the Warriors versus the Dolphins. I just think the Warriors have got this home ground advantage.
I think they do. I think they're always good at the home ground.
Yep, they've always said it too.
They've always said it.
Yeah. So Warriors for me.
Yeah.
Then we got the Broncos 6 on the ladder, play the Rabbitohs 17th. That's pretty much a no-brainer. It's out Suncorp, Matty Oliver's Stadium. Broncos for me. I don't see the Rabbitohs getting it done.
I'm going to go the Rabbitohs.
Okay, all right.
They won last week.
Okay, all right. So Dylan's tipped an upset.
Going to do an upset with the Rabbitohs this week.
Okay, and then on Saturday we got the Titans and the Panthers. I mean, it's pretty hard to look past the Panthers,
Definitely
right?
got to go the Panthers, mate. You had a good tip last week with them.
At Seabus Super Stadium. So the Panthers. Then we got St. George Illawarra Dragons versus the Raiders at the Wynn Stadium in Wollongong.
Going to have to go the Raiders, one, mate.
I think so too. I don't see the St. George Illawarras getting above the Raiders there, so Raiders for me. And then we've got a real even contest here on Saturday night at Four Pines Park, Sydney. The Sea Eagles versus the Roosters.
The Eagles let us down last week.
So you reckon they're on the comeback?
Nah, I'm burnt. I'm going Roosters, mate.
Okay, well, I was looking at the Roosters, but to mix it up, because you've gone the Roosters, I'm going to go the Eagles. I'm going
Done.
to tip them back, all right? I'm going to get that one
All
back
right,
on
get that
you.
one back. Get that one back.
All right, then on Sunday, 3rd of August at 1:30 p.m. at CommBank Stadium, we've got the West Tigers versus the Cronulla Bulldogs? I want to get this right. I know Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. I'm gonna go the Bulldogs.
I'll go the Bulldogs too.
All right. And then the final game of the round,
Sharks versus Cowboys.
Sharks versus Cowboys at Sharks Stadium, Sydney, real original. The Sharkies for me.
I'll go against you with the Cowboys on that
Okay.
one.
All right, and then we've got the Knights with the bye. Sorry, the fucking
Jesus Christ. All right. It's interesting that it's like one team has a bye.
yeah. That would mean that the league has an uneven amount of teams.
It appears that way. So, all right. Well, we'll come back next week
And see,
and see. Yeah.
is the big man back next week or not?
I have a feeling probably not.
No,
So
okay,
we
I
might
got to work on my guest.
got to work on your guest. Yes.
Okay. All right, now last night we had the Western Bulldogs versus the GWS Giants at Marvel Stadium. Now I would have went the Giants.
I went the Giants, so that's a
Oh,
loss.
okay,
That's a
so
loss
we are
there.
being open.
We're being open,
honest,
we're being open.
transparent. So
Yeah.
we're 0 from 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then tonight we've discussed it a little bit already. So we've got the Adelaide Crows versus the Hawthorn Hawks.
Mate.
Sellout at the Adelaide Oval.
Absolute sellout. I'm gonna be upset if the Hawks win, man. But I gotta have to go Crows. I just in terms of just stats, pure stats, they should have it out of it.
Yeah. So I did say before to Jared, Angel's brother, that whatever will be, and it doesn't matter what we say, feel, or do. Whatever will happen, will happen. That's just a fact.
That's
Right?
just a fact. That's life.
But I am going the Crowies. They did come down to $1.37.
Ooh.
They have moved up to $1.44. And the Hawks have come in from $3, Dylan. They blew out to $3. Who the fuck allowed... How did Sportsbet allow the Hawks to blow out to $3? Because I said it. It's worth a cheeky tenner. Yeah, or a cheeky house bet. You know, you just never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Yeah.
But they've pulled back now to 280. Look, if you look at the stats and you look at it on paper, the Crows should win comfortably. I'm sorry. Their record at home, they just know how to play football at the Adelaide Oval, and we discussed it before. That's going to be their way to the grand final this year, is through Adelaide Oval. And if they want to be able to do that, they need to win tonight, and they need to start by winning tonight. So the Crows for me.
Lock it in.
And tomorrow afternoon, starting at Marvel Stadium, it's a home game for Melbourne at Marvel Stadium. It's Melbourne versus West Coast.
I've gone Melbourne. In my tips.
This is going to be my roughie.
Yeah.
I'm going to
You
tip.
feeling something in your bones?
I'm going to tip West Coast for this reason.
Okay, tell me.
I was at the Geelong. Start again. I was at the Collingwood West Coast game at Marvel Stadium in round 16 when I went over to watch the Crows versus Richmond at the MCG. West Coast were up at half time against Collingwood in that game, and they played really well at Marvel. I know they've been struggling last couple of years, but believe it or not, West Coast actually have a pretty decent record at Marvel Stadium. They must like the shape of the ground. I don't know. That it is $1.06 Melbourne to $9.50 Eagles. Maybe worth a cheeky tenner on that. But for me, that's going to be my roughie. That's going to be my upset for the.
We'll come back to that and see how much money you would have made with the
Yeah.
tenner.
Yes. So Eagles for me. Now, this is a big game. Now, whilst it doesn't look like a big game on paper, if you look back to the beginning of the year,
Mm-hmm.
Richmond beat the Gold Coast Suns by, I didn't know I was going there, 11 points. Granted, that was at Marvel Stadium, I believe. Let me fact check. Yes, it was at Marvel Stadium. And we all know that Dimmer doesn't like Marvel Stadium, right? But Richmond have had the upper hand for the last 2 games. They are playing at People's First Stadium. The Suns obviously had a great win last week against Brisbane. I'm talking Richmond up, but I'm not going for them in this game. I am going the Gold Coast Suns. I think they'll get it done very easily.
To come back.
Yeah.
And a pretty uncontroversial pick from Jonesy there. Yeah. No, I'm the same.
Nah, so the Suns are going to win this game. Took Miller is back. The Suns are going to win this game by 57 points.
Whoa.
And then we've got a big character game for Sydney here at the SCG. We've got Sydney versus Essendon. Sydney are $1.04 and Essendon are $11. Now, Essendon are playing. I've just had confirmation in my headpiece that Essendon are playing the Auskick kids that were going to be playing at halftime. They are now being listed to play for Essendon. Yes, they have.
In the game.
As you know, if you are an AFL fan, they have struggled really bad with injury this year. So, yes, Essendon are not winning this game. And if Sydney have come into a bit of form, Sydney have Heaney. Well, obviously last week they didn't come into form. They fucking shit the bed. But Heaney and that fucking dude with the mullet on the half back. What's his name?
Not sure.
Come on. What's that guy's name? Blakey. Nick Blakey has been playing some good footy. The Sydney by fucking plenty. For me.
Lock it in.
Dylan?
That's the same for me, mate.
And then we've got, obviously we've got a great round of footy tonight. And then arguably another game of the round. We've got Collingwood versus Brisbane Saturday night at the G. I believe there's going to be close to 70,000 people to this game, Dylan. It's a big game. It's 1 v 3rd. Collingwood are $1.60 favourites. Brisbane are $2.35. Thoughts?
I've gone the Lions.
Okay.
Again, because that's the outcome that I want.
Mm-hmm.
I know you'd probably feel as though you want to keep Collingwood at first. I just really fucking love the idea of being first.
I know you do.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to have that so bad.
Look, to be honest, I don't care if we finish first or second. We just need a guaranteed first home final.
Yeah.
Double chance first home final. That's what I need.
Yeah. And you'll get that at first as well? Or
First
no?
and second.
But yeah.
You get a double chance of finishing third or fourth too, but you don't get the first home.
Mm.
Like you don't get to play at home. You play at first or second home ground.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Look, I've gone the Lions. I actually, even just thinking about it, I do think Collingwood's got it. But I have picked the Lions in my tips, so I'll stick with that.
Yeah. Sorry, 1 second. Jazz just messaged me. I'll do it now. My laptop's slow. For me, I just don't. Brisbane got pants last week. They're not going to be pants 2 weeks in a row. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. Collingwood. Let me just dissect this game a little more. Okay, so in for Collingwood for me. You just got to have a look at the 3 ins. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Scott
Pendlebury, Jordan De Goey, Bobby Hill. Bobby Hill for 4. He'll kick 4. And the last time they met, it was a big margin. It was like 66 points or something, wasn't it? Oh, fuck it. Oh, I got a headache. I'm getting stressed about the footy.
You are getting stressed.
52 points.
Collingwood's way.
Collingwood's way, and that was at the Gabba. So, yeah, just with those 3 ins, although the Brisbane aren't going to get pants 2 weeks in a row, Collingwood too strong for me at the G.
All right.
Then we've got 3 games on Sunday. We've got St Kilda versus North. I think we'll continue St Kilda's form, and we'll go St Kilda.
Yep, same.
Geelong versus Port at Alphabet Stadium.
I've gone the Cats.
Fuck, that's a danger game for
that
both
one,
clubs because Port could be pants 2 weeks in a row, massively. But Port do have a decent record at GMHBA Stadium.
For whatever reason, the shape or...
I don't know. Look, could this be a near 100-point loss again? Could Patrick Dangerfield be having a kebab again at half time on the bench? Like,
What, has he done that?
yeah, well, it was a tactical sub.
It was a tactical
Yeah,
sub.
well, they beat fucking North last week by $1 billion.
Yeah, so may as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Danger just had a kebab or a souvlaki, they call it over in Melbourne.
Yeah, okay.
At 3/4 time on the bench.
Yeah,
Geelong for me, I don't see Port even getting close to that, to be honest. And then it's Fremantle and Carlton. Big out of Charlie Curnow for Carlton. So Carlton don't have a chance at winning this game, and it's going to be Fremantle by 71 points.
Lock it in.
And it's going to be a real percentage booster for the Dockers because... Are they one of the clubs that needs a percentage booster?
Well, they're 6th.
On 111%. Yeah, it's not too bad. So, yes, that is my thoughts.
Right.
And then SAR said, Dylan, you did say the Rabbitohs won last week. So,
I did.
Yes. Any comments on Instagram?
Instagram, we have one from Craig.
Yes.
Craig Alexander. What grass/weed could be confused with winter grass? Trying to work out what I have.
Potentially Kentucky bluegrass, potentially a fescue, potentially a ryegrass. If you want, send me an email, adam@lawnhub.com.au, and I can have a look. Otherwise, hit us up on our socials where you can send a photo via Messenger, and Riley will get back to you.
That's all.
That's it. All right. It's 4:01. I need to get home to catch a train, get changed.
Big night.
And go and walk across the bridge and go and join, hopefully, 52,000 plus. In saying so, as Hawthorn do have a massive South Australian presence because of the Rat John Platten, number 44, dual premiership player, Magarey medalist, premiership player at Hawthorn, Magarey medalist for Central District. So he has got a massive family following here. So shout out to the Rat John Platten, and they've got a big presence here in South Australia. So whilst there may be 54,000 people there, 52,000 plus there tonight, you will find there will be a strong Hawthorn support. But like I said before, I think the Crows are going to be too strong. I'm looking forward to the walk over the bridge. Dylan, any final comments?
No comments, mate. Go the Crowies.
Up the Crowies. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.
Bye.
Where is it? Where's our...
You gotta find it.
Hey, I'm an innocent bystander. They saying I drove a getaway car, but I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm innocent.
Come on this way.